Hello students, good afternoon. I am L.K. Tripathi here. Dear students, as we have been studying chapter 10 of geography, so many things we have studied previously of this chapter. The new topic, that is railways. This is means of transport and communication. The chapter is. So better for us to start this topic, that is railways. What is the use of railways in our country? How much it is beneficial for us? What type of services we can avail from this railways? All these facts will come out from this explanation. So let's start. Starting from the coal steam engine to the sky, rail and the monorail to the underground metros, rail travel has made important technological development. Modern trains, especially those that run on diesel and electricity, travel at a high speed and can carry huge volume of goods. No doubt, this is very cheap means of transport. Many types of railways are there running in the country. Modern trains, mainly a diesel engine, electric engine, they travel with high speed in the country and carry huge volume of goods, as well as it carries passengers also. Railways transport people in passenger trains, and the freight or goods trains carry heavy raw materials and finished goods in bulk over long distances in a relatively shorter period of time. In minimum time, the railway reaches the goods and people to the destination. They are also seen as a cheaper mode of transport as compared to roadways and airways. However, railways require high investment to build and maintain. A rugged topography poses a hindrance to developing a good railway network. Door-to-door connectivity is also impossible in a railway network. Countries with a high population density have a dense network of railways which runs through the length and width of the land, that is USA, Western Europe, China and Russia. Certain areas which were earlier inaccessible are now reachable through railways. For instance, the Qinghai Tibet Railway, one of the world's highest railway networks, connects Jining in China to Lhasa in Tibet and lies at an altitude of 4,000 meters above sea level. Transcontinental railways refer to a long distance railway network built across a continent. For example, the Trans-Siberian Railway running from St. Petersburg to Vladivostok, the Canadian Pacific Railway, the Trans-Andean Railways from Buenos Ares to Valparaiso, and the Trans-Australian Railway from Sydney to Perth. Certain superfast trains have also been introduced in developed countries like the bullet train of Japan, also known as Shinkansen, which runs at a speed of 300 km per hour. The foundation of the railways in India was led by the British back in the year 1853, when the first railway line was laid between Bombay and Thane. Since then, the railway network has grown and expanded tremendously. The total length of Indian Railways is around 63,327 kilometers, and it carries 10 million passengers as well as 6 lakh tons of freight daily. Waterways. As ores began to gradually replaced by shale power and then by steam and diesel engines, waterways became the most important form of transport over ocean. Local passenger traffic can be found moving by steamers, barges, and boats on rivers and lakes. Huge ships, ocean liners, oil tankers, and trawlers ply on seas and oceans. In fact, most of the world's trade is handled by waterways. Waterways are usually the cheapest and most suitable mode of transportation for bulky raw materials and heavy commodities. Other than port and harbor maintenance, they do not require much expenditure. However, the time consuming aspect of water transport is perhaps its biggest disadvantage. Also, it is confined only to areas where waterways are present, after which rail or road or air must act as feeders. Inland water transport via rivers, lakes, canals, and ocean transport through seas and oceans are the two important types of waterways. Inland waterways, these consist of navigable rivers, lakes, and canals, across which cargo and passengers are carried through mechanized boats and steamers. Some of the important inland waterways of the world are the rivers Mississippi and Missouri, Danube, Volga, Yangtze, Rhine, Kiang, etc. St. Lawrence River, Seaway, Great Lakes, Waterway between USA and Canada is the largest and busiest inland waterway system in the world. The Rhone-Rhine Canal, Suez Canal, Panama Canal, etc. So up to here we have discussed different types of mode of transport, and I hope you would have understood about all these explanations properly. Rest we shall discuss in the next video next time. That will be the communication. What type of communication facilities available in our country? People use the mode of communication in easy way and so on. Thank you.